taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Hey yo, what's good, y'all? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. This is Ring Gang Radio, real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm the captain today. Your boy Pat's taking a little, nice needed vacation, so I'm holding down the ship. But Ring Gang is still the same, whether it's me or Pat. We know how to rock Ring Gang style. So. You know what I'm saying? I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is LB, Lauderdale Boss, aka Jesus Shuttleworth, the God, Go Artist. World is a op. Album out now. Streaming everywhere. Shuttleworth, Go Artist. Let's go. Ring Gang.
That's what's up, my guy LB Shuttleworth, the Go Artist. He goes the hardest. You heard him. World is a op. Out streaming, go listen to that. And you know what I'm saying, we don't allow ops in the bodegas. You know what I'm saying, we y'all are banned from the bodega. Don't come around here. We don't fuck with the ops. So it is. Shout out to my guy LB. I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fire? It's your boy Conscious Pod, aka the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Destination Ring Radio. Let's fly.
Hey, my guy Pilot, elevated in the sky forever. You know what I'm saying? That pilot talk.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? He's Ring Gang's currency. So you know what I'm saying? Jets always flying around here.
Jets full. Yep.
There we go. So you know what I'm saying? We got a nice little afternoon or evening of boxing we gotta talk about. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely get into last night's card, but first we want to get into some more recent events. Something that I don't know who was looking forward to it. I'm sure some people like the circus show, so I'm sure this was for them. But we always going to talk about it regardless. We still cover the circus act because we deal with fuckery. So I'm saying Ring Gang loves its fuckery. So
circus, ain't nothing wrong with the circus every once in a while.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I as a little kid, little King P loved Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. So you know what I'm saying? I'm okay with the circus. So sometimes. So
it just once you got older and you realized how bad they was treating the animals, then you was like, you know what, man? Fuck the circus.
Yeah, man. Y'all misusing the animals. Fuck y'all, man. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So what we're talking about, of course, is the Jake Paul versus Hasim Rahman Jr. card, which is supposed to be next week, is now no longer. Completely canceled. Unfortunately, over weight issue. So
nah, really? I would have never guessed it to be that.
Never. Color me shocked. But
I thought it would have been about who wanted to come to the ring first.
Oh no, you the A side. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's what we have to worry about. Oh, the A side, B side. Oh no, it's fucking weight issues. Of course.
If you if you're the real boxer and you're the YouTube boxer, who comes into the ring first?
That's a good question. LB's asking all the right questions, of course.
I'm just saying, but you said it wasn't about that. It's about the weight. So I guess go into detail and let us know, and I guess let the fans and the casuals know what was the detail.
Of course. So of course the detail is the weight issue and the catch weight. So originally, Jake Paul is saying that they had it for 200 pounds. Rahman was supposed to drop down to 200 pounds. That was the weight requirement. Paul is now saying that it was actually then bumped up to 205. The last time Rahman came in, just for the record, last time Rahman fought, he fought in at 224 in his last fight against Kenzie Morris. So you have to cut about 20 pounds. Apparently now, they're saying that Rahman's team yesterday morning came in and said, listen, we're not going to be able to make the weight. 205 is too much. we're not going to come in at less than 215. And their team heard this. Jake Paul's team, said this, and they're like, "You know what? Nah, we're not going to reward you. You signed a contract, you agreed to come in at the weight, and now you don't want to come into the weight. Nah, fuck that. We're just going to cancel the fight. You're being unprofessional. This is what Jake Paul's team is saying. You're being unprofessional, and we don't reward professionalism."
Now they said when the fight was announced, he was like he had to prove his weight, so he was at 216. And I guess 3 weeks later, a couple of days ago, he only showed up at 215. So technically, he only lost a pound or some shit.
Yes, that's also what was being said by Jake Paul's team. Yeah. They're saying, well, he didn't even try. So we're not going to reward this. You signed a contract, yada yada. So saying they're not. Well, they're saying he's unprofessional, and they're not going to reward that. Unfortunately, now Hasim is coming out and he's saying his side. Well, fortunately, he's we need every side. There's two sides to every story. So Rahman's coming in and saying, "Listen, I told him I tried. I can't make the weigh-in. It's just too much. But I didn't want the fight canceled. He's like, listen, I'll come in at 215 if it's an issue that I can't come down to 200. Just penalize me. I'll pay all the penalties. If you want, you can keep my purse, and I'll just take the $5,000 minimum." He's like, "That's how much it means to me, and I have that much faith that I'll beat you that I don't care." And he's feeling like it's not me that pulled out, that canceled the event. He's like, "I'm fine with the event going on if we have to postpone it." But he's like, Jake's the one that canceled it. And he's like, well, Jake is going around saying, "Oh, you beat my ass when I was at 230. So if you beat my ass when I was at 230, what's the problem fighting me at 215 or 210? He's like, "Nah, you're being scared. And you just pulled out the fight because you're scared of me. They want to drain me down at a weight that I can't comfortably fight at." And that's what there is. They're running scared. So a lot of shit going on right now about who's doing this, who's doing that, what's the weight problem. And we also, Ring Gang, we need to ask the people. We did a poll. We always do the best polls, so saying fuck with our polls. But this one is, who do you think is more at fault for the Jake Paul versus Hasim Rahman Jr. not happening? We got 70 votes so far. And of the 70, 69% said it's Jake Paul's fault, as opposed to 31% say Rahman Jr. So 69 to 31 seems like the people think that this is Jake Paul's fault and Jake Paul's being a little bitch. So, but that's what the people are saying, not me. So, you say, LB, what do you think about this?
I think it's a little blame goes around to everybody, but since Jake Paul's the name, he's the promoter, he's the guy setting all this up, the blame goes on him. And I'm going to tell you why. First off, I'm going to say this. I'm not one of these guys who hates on Jake Paul and says he's the demon of the sport and yada, yada, yada. I, for one, am proud of Jake Paul, and I think he's great for the sport. Nothing wrong with the circus getting a little structure. You know what I mean? And the people's, he's been having people on his cards and he's been up to Serrano. So yeah, I get all that. So yeah, no complaints from me right there. And he's been calling out Dana White and Eddie Hearn and all of them for the bullshit they do. No complaints there. So with that said, the whole Rahman Jr. scenario, fiasco, whatever you want to call it, he was just being too calculative. Sometimes you could just be too smart for your own good and you avoid a risk, and it's gonna become obvious now because more people are saying it. And what I mean by the whole deal, the structure was disingenuous from the start. He was too calculative. The weight limit being at 200 pounds was just in bad faith to get from the get-go. Second of all, you're trying to drain a guy who just got knocked out in his last fight. So you're kind of taking, it's like you're picking on someone and then you're trying to pick on them and give them a disadvantage. It's like you saw a dude lose a basketball game, and so now you want to play him one-on-one, and then you say, all right, take off one of your shoes. I mean, most niggas will look at you like that's a fade just suggesting that shit. I mean, I'm from Florida, you know. I mean, weird shit go down here sometimes with basketball courts. You know, the sun is hot, baking niggas' brains, so random shits get said. I'm just saying, but that's an example I'm using. I think it's pretty appropriate, you know.
I mean, I tell you, it's not a Florida thing. In New York, if you told a nigga, all right, I'm gonna play you, but just you gotta take off one shoe, a nigga will smack you with that shoe. He'll take off the shoe.
Mind you, after he lost, you come up to him and say one-on-one and play without one shoe. So the whole scenario is just like you're asking to get smacked. So at least we got that established. So, okay, so now Rockman, you know, he says, you know what, let me humor this guy. You know what, let me take off my fucking shoe and try to play ball with this nigga. And, you know, I guess they check up the ball, and then dude says, you know what, fuck this, nigga, I should smack you. Let me give me back my fucking shoe, yo. And that's where we're at right here. Because even coming up to 205 ain't enough. It's too obvious because you didn't even try to negotiate. Like, if you would have said, hey, look, do 210 and let's talk, see what happens. They could have probably did 210. But going from 226 and, you know, your last fight, and Rodman probably weighed more after that to get down. So say hypothetically he was at maybe 230, 235, and to get all the way down to 205.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, even if you say, okay, 226, to get down from 226 to 200 or the 205, like that's asking a bit. Like, you know, 215 I think is reasonable, but you know what the problem is? It's not reasonable. It gives Rockman an actual chance.
Yep. And
Jake Paul and his people, for whatever reason, and we know the reason, you know, gotta have the advantage, but they're not weakening Rockman enough by having him go to 215. So they canceled the whole card. No replacement, no nothing.
No Brandon Lee fight. No Serrano fight.
No Dreamland, no Jeremiah. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fighters that are now punished because of this shit. Like,
yeah, and it's like Jake Paul, like, you knew the situation was shaky from the get-go with all these particulars. The whole Rockman just got knocked out. Heavyweight, bigger guy. You're trying to drain him. The fight's on short notice, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you got all these things going against it. Like, you could have just tried to make it work, and win or lose, you could always fell back on that. But now this kind of just makes it, you look on some diva, hard to deal with shit. Like, yeah, Tommy Fury was fumbling it, and we know his whole ordeal. But it's like, you tried to take advantage of another situation too much. And the public was on your side too. Like, with the whole Fury shit. So we get that. But Hasim Rahman Jr., nah. Like, yeah, there's gonna be people say Rahman signed the contract, but you gotta look at this. A Jake Paul fight is like a life-changing situation for most people. And most people meaning 90% of boxing.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, and anybody, I mean, come on, like, You know, he offered that shit to anybody on this podcast, and you know, we're all making decisions. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, like, you know. So with that said, of course, people might, you know, jump on that, and then, you know, 2 weeks later, it's like, damn, I don't know if I can drop these 30 pounds. Fuck, you signed the contract. Yeah, I know, but nigga, I needed that 500K, man. Like, come on, like you really gonna grill me for that?
All right, we got a comment from Lone Star
Salute.
Steph. What up, boxing family? Happy Lord's Day. God be with you. This week will be the best week of y'all life. Salute.
I hope so. Shit, I need that. God,
We could all use that. So thank you, Clever. Salute.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
salute, Lone Star.
Yes.
So Pilot, what do you
Yeah.
think about this whole fiasco?
I mean, this
Yeah.
obviously both sides are to blame. You know, Jake Paul is the A side. You know,
Well, who'd you vote for? Shit, first of all.
I think I put it more on Jake though. I mean, and you know, I'm not trying to hate on Jake because I actually like what Jake's doing with the boxing, getting another lens on it. So just got to call a spade a spade. But at the same time, Rahman Jr. did sign the contract, so and he lost out on the biggest payday probably of his career because I don't see this getting rescheduled. You know, I mean, I guess he got a few more followers on social media off of this, but you know, he didn't get a payday. So at the same time, you can't completely blame Jake Paul for this.
I mean, yeah, I get both sides, but I mean, Jake is the one that's kind of my thoughts on this is Jake is the one that's kind of orchestrating this, and he's kind of moving funny style. Like
Thank you.
there's too many. It's like one of those things where it's like he knows he has leverage, so like he's trying to pull it back as much as possible. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you this,
Yeah.
this. And it's like he keeps reining it back a little more and more and more. When it's like this is kind of diva shit. You're doing too much. Like
This shit just seems like WWE to me, man. It just seems like
It-
WWE.
Yeah, it's like too much flexing. It's
Yeah.
like okay, like all this promo, all this shit has gone down the drain, and for what? Because 10 pounds, like
That's true.
you're that afraid to take a L, like dude, like
you know,
it's
it's
like
funny.
now what?
You know, it's funny. I do want to mention this. And I mean, I know it's two different situations, but the whole I feel like still it's funny because everybody's, well, you signed a contract, yada yada, all this stuff. Let me do a rewind to 12 years ago, when Mr. Floyd Mayweather came back out of retirement and fought Juan Manuel Marquez at a catchweight, signed a catchweight of 145, and he didn't even bother to fucking make the weight. And I remember at the time, I'm thinking, that's kind of like, you fucking signed a contract. The fuck, you didn't even bother, you made the catchweight and didn't even bother to make the weight. And nobody batted an eye. So I love how it's, oh, well, you know, this is okay to you know, not go by a contract, but then this is not okay. Like,
I mean, people complained. I do remember that happening because it's like Floyd happily paid the money. I think I'm trying to think. It was a certain amount of every pound over.
yes,
I'm trying
I
to
think
was
like
it
200,000.
200,000, yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's
200,000.
a good amount, yeah.
Yes. So, but I'm like, it's just like, I wonder if those people that didn't have a problem with him not honoring the contract have a problem with Hasim Rahman not honoring the contract. Like,
Right.
I just find that shit funny. And it's like, well, did you think if you thought Jake Paul was going to beat him anyway, then what fucking difference does it make? Like Rahman saying, oh, well, he's going around bragging how he was beating him up in sparring when he was much heavier. So if you were beating him up when he was much heavier, then what difference does it make?
Yeah, and roll the dice, because see, now it's like you're kind of looking like, of course his diehard fans are still gonna roll with Jake Paul, but now all the casuals who are like borderline are looking at you like, damn, this is a second actual boxer you couldn't make a fight with. Like now everybody's like, you know what, you know, this guy is really a sideshow. Like, you know, he can only make fights with ex-UFC guys and basketball players and YouTube guys. Just bring on the McGregor fight already. Like,
or the Diaz. Yeah.
Fight Silva. Like,
but he tried to spin
but Silva goes into the real fight category.
You see how he tried to spin it, saying how two time I fight boxers, they wanna basically avoid me and duck me.
Oh, see, this is the bullshit. See, this is the funny thing. This is the funny thing. This is what it kind of reminds me of. It's like Jake Paul wants to fight a real boxer so that he could say, oh, look at me, I fought a real boxer and beat him. But you want all these damn restrictions on this boxer and handcuffing him. It's almost like, it reminds me of in wrestling when in WWF when a wrestler wanted to fight another wrestler that he knew he couldn't beat. It's like, well, okay, let's fight, but you got to wrestle with one hand behind your back. And then if I beat you, it's like, oh, I beat him.
Exactly how it should sound. Or it got to be like a 2-on-1, like my manager will be with me and you're by yourself. Yeah, it's like.
We got Android number 1983 checking in, might be in and out as I'm running some errands. Salute Android, come in and out, you know what I'm saying? But, fuck with us. We spitting some real shit today, so, but we get it.
Yeah, because the Jake Paul shit is like, it is looking funny style, man. Like people are seeing through it now. Like, people are fed up now. Like, you keep pump faking a real boxer fight in front of us, and you haven't delivered.
It seems like it's done on purpose or something.
So, and now here's my other point. Go ahead, Tyler.
No, I'm just saying it feels like some WWE scripted shit, to be honest, man.
It is a lot of bullshit, but unfortunately, here's where the shit gets more convoluted, and this is where I'm gonna get in on some more people. Fucking Mr. Mauricio Suleiman now trying to come in because he's seeing that Jake Paul, there's some money behind him, and saying, well, if Jake Paul wins, he's going to be ranked in the top 10 in cruiserweights in WBC.
Crazy.
So,
madness.
Like, that's fucking madness. And then Android said, I think the fanboys are starting to even realize it now. Yes.
Exactly. What I was saying, like, the tide is turning. Like people want to see him like step up now.
There's only so long you can continue the dog and pony show before people realize, okay, this dog and pony show is, this is a bunch of farce shit. So, like, there's only so long fake thugs can pretend. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And see, stretching out to Tommy Fury negotiations kind of wore out the public. And so when you get another boxer and we see you handicapped him, so we're kind of like, all right, look, man, just make it happen. Like 215, if he the dude got knocked out in his last fight still, right? Like you still have an advantage. Like I mean that hasn't changed. You're still the fresher, younger guy. Like, so it's like, what's the problem here? No, the problem is now it's the playing field getting leveled here. Nah, come on, man. Like, not a good look. And then Suleiman, they trying to legitimize this shit. So it's just it's just not a good look. So
it's not.
Who wants to go through with a whole another Jake Paul promo? Who wants to be attached to it if the end result could just go like this? And it's not because someone got injured or sick. It's because a failed negotiation, and just it's already half the year over. So who's trying to start over like this?
Yeah, and Android said WBC is losing any type of prestige they have as a serious organization if they pull that shit. Yes, and I'm laughing because during this whole thing, Rahman is like, well, I'm at Bridgerweight. Like, this is what happens when you fucking introduce this goofy shit with the Bridgerweight. Like, this is the result for this bullshit. Like, a product. This is a byproduct of that. Like, it's stupid. Now you have a whole bunch of convoluted bullshit, and now we're not going to get any of these like this fight because the Dog and Pony show had to be stretched out a little more because now actual entities want their money in this. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
And all this happened, and there's gonna be no fight. So that's the biggest that's the biggest ironic twist of it all. Everybody was just licking their lips and doing their Birdman palm rubbing, and you ended up getting no fight. And it's just all this promo, all this hype, all this event, all this money just wasted.
Clever Lone Star Steph is commenting, I'm confused. Jake Paul isn't an actual real boxer. Laugh my ass off. Well, he does have a license, so that technically does make him a boxer, but this is a clown show. But yeah, he has a license to box. Anybody can go get a fucking license to box. Yo. So and be a professional boxer. But who's he fighting? So it's we know he's a registered boxer. But
he's handpicked. Honestly, I'll say this, Blueface would beat Jake Paul.
That would be a fight I want to see.
And I would actually want to see that, because I feel like Blueface take it even more serious.
Yup. Lone Star say, I've never put down money to watch Jake Paul fight. I don't blame you. Yeah. Dog and Pony show ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think part of it was I did run I did just check the numbers and all that. Because it's in New York. I'm from New York, and the sales were doing horrible.
I was hearing those rumors too.
That's what I was thinking. And shouts out to Droid about Brandon Lee and Ashton Silva. I want to see them.
Yeah, they have to suffer from this bullshit. Yeah. But I was hearing the prices the tickets weren't selling that well. They had to lower the prices down. They had to basically black out some of the higher seats. Once you start hearing that, you already know what.
And you already know the pay-per-view weren't going to be that high.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, Android, there were going to be cards. There were going to be some eyeballs. And so, Brandon Lee has to suffer. Saying Milton has to suffer. Ashton Silva has to suffer. All these fighters now have to fucking suffer because the Dog and Pony show affects them too.
It's in to see the Dog and Pony show doesn't want to take a risk itself.
Yes, Lone Star. The boxing community itself, the actual entities, has always allowed celebrities to come in and do this, but there's a level to it. There's a certain little to where it gets a little bit too much, and we're reaching a point where it's pushing past that.
This is I don't know if you're back in wrestling with Eric when what's his name won the WCW title.
That fucking actor.
The actor.
Yeah, no. David Arquette.
David Arquette, won the title.
Yeah,
that's what that kind of shit is.
This is the goofy shit that we're dealing with now.
Damn, you brought it back.
This is really this is some Ready to Rumble shit. And it's honestly, I'm to the point where it's
Ready to Rumble. Yep.
I'm honestly to the point where I'm just I'm kind of getting tired of this. If he's gonna keep moving like this, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, make a fight, make a realistic fight already. Make a fight happen now. You don't have anything else he can. It's you burn the Tommy Fury bridge. The Hasim Rahman bridge is destroyed. No one's want to go through that again. So it's where are you gonna go? I know Conor McGregor's out there, but are you really trying to make that? Are you seriously trying to make that fight?
Fury got mob ties.
Yeah. Thank you, Android. That is a perfect point. What gets me heated is when Jake Paul tries to paint this as a boxer problem, and then in the next sentence says he loves the sport and is trying to help it grow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's some whole shit. I don't like when he does that.
Is it Uchiwali or One Mai?
Yeah, are you trying to first of all, you're doing all this in boxing because boxing's not even regulated, so you can come into boxing and do all that. So you're taking advantage of boxing's flaws, first of all. Then you're trying to use all your leverage in the world to kind of bend boxing till your own, till it's to your will, and then you want to cry foul when it backfires. Because yes, the Rockman shit backfire. Like, you can only push so much, and he pushed and pushed and pushed until, like, hey man, 215 or no fight. And yeah, you can say the whole contract shit, and I get it, but remember, the contract, that everything was done in a disingenuous and a bad state anyway, because he was trying to get too much leverage from a guy, you know, who was just knocked out. Like, which one is it? Like, can you beat this guy or not?
Yeah, there's a lot of whole bullshit. I agree, Android. Like, I actually kind of laughed at Chris Eubank, like, kind of calling out Jake on his shit. Like, like everybody could see clear as day. Like, Jake is on some bullshit.
And don't get us wrong, we've praised him in the past, so you just gotta call a spade a spade.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. You know, I feel like he's good for boxing, and he's been doing this thing, but right now it's like this was his truth moment.
It's a bad look.
And it's a bad look. He kind of failed. This was his truth moment, and he dropped the ball, and he's disappointing a lot of people right now.
And the sad part is, we gave him a pass for the Fury shit. Like, we gave him a pass. We put that on Fury, and now he turns around and does this shit.
Basically twice, because remember
we gave him two. We gave him
the second Willie fight.
Yeah, that's true. We gave him 2 passes.
Because the second Willie fight was supposed to be Fury, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he gave him that pass, and he gets another pass again when that fight falls through. So it's like, dude, at this point, don't try to rape the situation. Like, sometimes you can take advantage, and then sometimes you're raping the situation. And yeah, I know rapes are strong. Like, that word is strong. I don't like it. I'm just saying, in this instance, that's what dude was doing. Basically, like, you go to a cookout and you eat, you get you some ribs, you eat your little pork chop, little hot dog, hamburger, whatever. You eat good, right? Now, there's leftover, and the dude's like, yo, you get you a plate. You say, nah, I'm good, man. I don't need to take anything. Dude's like, nah, go ahead, take so. And you take you a plate, then you take a basic plate. You take a hot dog, a hamburger, and a little piece of rib, and I'm good, right? Like, that's it. A motherfucker who's gonna take super advantage of the situation and be like, fuck that. Let me see if I could get the slab, a little end half a slab on here. Let me get 2 pork chops. Let me get 3 hot dogs. Each one got a bun. 2 hamburgers with cheese. Like, nah, don't be that guy. And Jake Paul is being that guy right now. He's trying to fix like 2 and 3 take home plates.
Yeah, he's hogging up everything. Like,
yeah, like, dude, you already eating good. We letting you take a take home plate. Like, but come on, man, you gotta take one for your girl and her son.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And all these people are like, well, you know what? He should just be able to do it because he's the star, and Rahman should just take the money. It's life-changing money, yada, yada. But, like, it comes to a point where it's like,
they're the same people who was like, nah, we need to get Trump out of office. Like, which one is it? Like,
exactly.
Like, y'all idolizing the culture and the means of it to do certain shit. But, like, but then y'all go ahead and get mad when someone does it, then y'all give someone else a pass to do it. So it's like, which one is it? Like, are we calling out the behavior or the people?
Oh, I think we love the behavior, unfortunately. The culture of it, we love. We might not like the people doing it.
We only call out the people, though. We taking turns with that shit, and it's like, people need to get out of that because a lot of shit is getting ruined because of that. Because we attacking people and not the culture, the behavior, the actual move, and that's why right now, like, I'm not shitting on Jake Paul. I'm shitting on the move. Like, this was his shit or get off the pot moment, and he failed. So now it's like, either give us a real fight or give us a bullshit fight, but just give us something. But don't waste all our time with it. Like this need to be like a Spence Pacquiao deal where you just come out of nowhere with the fight made.
Yes, I don't want to hear shit. Just when it's ready, announce it. I don't want to hear all this shit beforehand.
Yeah, no bullshit videos, no skits, no promo, no rap songs, no movies, no
sound
interviews.
like Cameron paid in full. No soy sauce, no ribs, no wine.
Yeah, just
soy sauce for you, doggy.
Yeah, just give us the bento meal. Like, just give us the plate, everything on there, everything ready. Like, just pack this shit up. Boom. Like, don't give us the whole dog and pony shows. Like,
the one positive I'll give it is at least the Virgil Ortiz card will get full attention.
Yes, that's about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, give the real boxing some attention.
And I don't mind there just being one card every Saturday for boxing. Like, let's normalize that.
Like, Cobb's Hooker's a good fight to me, you know?
It is, exactly. I'm looking forward to that. All this damn, all right, let's stack the damn boxing day. No, motherfucker, stack the cards, not the goddamn day. Like, you're doing it backwards. Like,
you gotta make us
that's
watch
like
two screens and shit.
Yeah, that's like having your friends both throw birthday parties the same day.
Yeah.
Like, would you want that? Like,
no.
Let me go to fucking Miami because we about to shut it down here because my man's having a party over here. Then it's a pool party, so we gonna be there all day. Then I'm gonna rush back to fucking Broward, get dressed. Then I'm gonna go to fucking Boca for the evening because it's a club party. Like, no, goddamn it, like. Don't do no stupid shit like that because only one of you motherfuckers is gonna get me.
And then they're gonna be like, well, shame on you for missing my party, you know, like.
Yeah, no, motherfucker.
Plan better.
Plan better. Who has the fondue fountain, motherfucker? Who's gonna have the better party? Like, we gonna treat this shit like boxing since y'all wanna do this shit. Like, hold on, who got better parking?
Who has parking, period?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But
I think we spoke enough about these motherfuckers and this non-fight.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. Jake Paul, do better. This hopefully, they'll reschedule something for these other fighters because these other fighters can't be missing out on paydays and dates and all that shit. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If not, do something for the real fight. If you're gonna be dicking around, don't fuck it up for them too, because they don't deserve it.
Or maybe Jake Paul needs to like remove himself from these cards.
Yeah. It's just my one only fear is gonna be like if they reschedule that, it's gonna screw over the Spence Crawford potential.
See, if I was one of those fighters, I would I would coordinate with the other fighters that were supposed to be on that card and pull some fucking Full Metal Jacket shit. Get to Jake Paul while he's not looking or sleeping or something, and just start beating up on him.
Oh man, that'd be classic. They couldn't have these dudes rooming together on some Contender shit, or Ultimate Fighter shit.
But we'll see what happens. Hopefully something else comes from this, and it's good. So it is what it is.
Clock is ticking.
Yeah, tick-tock, motherfucker. I think we've had enough about this fucking dog and pony show for a minute. So, the circus can pack up and head out for now. So,
next.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you motherfuckers didn't even give us any fondue. Like, the circus came in town. We got no fondue. No funnel cake. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, the cotton candy was stale. Like, y'all some jokers.
The fries were trash.
Yeah. Sheesh. Anyways, let's get to the real boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because we had some real boxing last night.